Okay, this is gonna be a long video, but it's another one of absolute mushroom, or as the names I was given in Icelandic, algjör. Okay, so let's start. Sorry, the cat is meowing. I had to close the door. Okay, now you shouldn't hear that much. Okay, so let's start. In 2007, the idea for algjör was created by Bragi Hinriksson, or he was the director. He directed it, but I'm calling Bragi for short. And I believe who actually made the idea was Sverrir Sverrisson, or how I'm going to call him, Sveppi. So yeah, they basically had the idea because they were both the people who were making the script. So I'll tell you how it was. So they basically found the idea of a kid named Sveppi basically doing Saturday morning cartoons, but in his room doing a bunch of cool stuff for the kids. And they found the name algjör. Now, how they found the name is actually kind of hard. One of the ways that I maybe think of it is that they found the idea for the name from the old play algjör, which is it's got readapted to a new stage play called algjör or the Diary Levi Strauss. I know it's complicated, but let's just say that they found it. Let's just say that they got that idea. So they made algjör. It was a TV show that lasted for 19 episodes for the first season. And with that, I believe that I wasn't born yet, but I believe that the show did really well. So anyway, now it was 2009. They have made a second season of algjör. This season was, I believe, 17 episodes, which it was, and it did really well as they introduced his new room, the magic wardrobe, and they emphasized much more on his friend Ville, which played by Wilhelm Anton Jonsson, but like Sveppi, I'm gonna call him what he's called in the show, Ville. So anyway, also in 2009, they had the idea to make an algjör film. So they did exactly that. In 2009, they introduced the first ever one, algjör og leitin að Villa, which did really, really well. And introduced a bunch of other stuff, like the main bad guy, the ninja, a dude with a turban. We don't really know the name. He was just called Turban. But they also introduced Gói, played by Guðjón Davíð Karlsson, which I'm also gonna call Gói. Oh yeah. In the film, Ville got kidnapped by the main bad guy. If you want to ask how, it was a start of a war for the main bad guy to get Iceland. So anyway, let's continue. While Sveppi was walking, he met Gói, an old friend of him, which went to another school, but which went to school with him. Sorry if I'm kind of making stuff up. It's kind of hard because I did not do a script for this. Basically, none of my videos have a script. But let's continue. So then Sveppi and Gói find Ville. They go on an airplane to Glasgow to prevent them to be found by the ninja. The ninja gets beaten up by a lady, and Ville can go back to his mom. Sveppi Sveppi goes to the cinema with a girl, and the end. The film did amazing and quickly went to DVD, and I actually own the DVD. So then, a year later, I believe two or three projects came out. The first one was the second film, Algjör sveppi og dularfulla hótelherbergið, which was the first ever Icelandic film in 3D. I have to take these breaths. The film starred Sveppi, Willi, and Gói again as they go to a hotel for the summer and uncover a mystery of a ghost that lives there, which is the dead sister of the manager. I know it sounds weird, but just watch the films in English subtitles, you'll understand. So anyway, let's continue. The ghost, the manager gets to meet her sister for one last time. She goes up to heaven, and they all get a good ending. And then comes the screenplay, Algjör sveppi og dagar lífsdrágs, which is not actually canon to the series. But I don't really know when the third series came out, but I'm going to believe that it came out in 2010 to 2011. So the third series came out, and it was probably the least popular. But it was still really good. And in the series, we can see the main room for Sveppi. This is gonna be the room that he's gonna have in most of the movies. So yeah, it's actually the same room in series 2, but in the first movie, but was a bit of a remake. And this will be the ones that will be seen in the third film, or in the post-credit scene of the second film. Yeah, I forgot to mention, but the first two films have post-credit scenes, and I guess I'll explain them. In the first one, it was obviously a lead up to dularfulla hótelherbergið, and in the second one, it was obviously a lead up to the third film. Which, by the way, it's kind of complicated to say this, but they changed a lot from the post-credit scenes to the film. It was really weird, yeah. Which, I don't know what, I don't really know how they got the idea for making a post-credit scene. Maybe because Iron Man came out a year before the first Sveppi film, they got the idea from that. But they're not making like a cinematic universe of Sveppi, even though I would love that. So, let's continue. The third series came out the third series obviously came out with actually has 2 episodes that actually revolve behind the scenes of the show. They're actually not, I believe they're not canon, but I don't really know. So, let's continue. In 2011, the third film, Algjör sveppi og töfraskápurinn, came out, which did moderately well. Which the film actually is mostly the introduction to the magic wardrobe, and now I have to explain that. In the first series, in the OG room, there was a little magic wardrobe, which was not the same that we see in the movies. It was said that it was from the people before, but it basically acted the same as in the third film. So then series 2 came out, and they did the same thing that the people before them made it. But the main magic wardrobe is actually kind of a mystery. I've been trying to find it for a while, but I can't seem to find it. I believe that this wardrobe took the mirror out and put a chalkboard. which I want to see it because I think I remember an ad showing one of the most popular actors, Peter Johan, in like a clothing commercial. I remember seeing the wardrobe in there. It might be just the Mandela effect, but I don't really know. So let's continue. So in the third film, Sveppi moves into a new room, which looks exactly the same to his room. So let's talk a bit about it. So in the middle of the night, he hears the magic wardrobe say his name, which is really weird. But in the third film, it has much more lore. In the third film, it's acknowledged that this is his grandpa's wardrobe that he created, which he was kind of like a wizard who made this actually from the golden ship, which is the most popular ship, one of the most popular ships in Iceland, as people are still trying to find it to this day. So let's say, so then they uncovers the mystery of this, which they go to a library, which lets them lead up to a bookstore that leads them up to a museum. Oh my god, it's leading up to so much stuff. Which then they find the key that holds the powers of it. But the main bad guy, who is trying to sell the wardrobe, gets the key and makes the power come in, and he shrinks the wardrobe. Which then Sveppi ville och Goe were stranded on a boat for a while, but then they managed to get out, which is obviously really good. So then they actually figure out where they are, so where the wardrobe is. So they get there, and then they actually manage to get to the wardrobe, and they make it fly. Yeah, the wardrobe can fly. And then they shrink it to a bus, which they send it back home, and the bad guy is about to get it, but then Sveppi's mom is about to sound the same, but Sveppi's mom wrestles the main bad guy, which also, this bad guy is not the same as the bad guy from the first film. He's a completely different guy who I think actually did the music for the second film, which I remember seeing in Sveppi's own book. It was really cool. So, anyway, they get the wardrobe back, and everybody has a happy ending. And for one final time, they fly the wardrobe during a school competition, which was it's actually a really cool scene. You should probably try to see it on YouTube. So then 2012 comes by, the fourth and final series of the original algjör episode comes out, and it was a moderate success, where Goe had much more time to be on the show, and they did a bunch of episodes, and I believe there's also a lost episode, which is really cool. But anyway, let's continue. In 2014, the final Sveppi film came out, called Algjör sveppi og Goe bjarga málunum. This one revolves mostly on Goe, which is really cool because he's kind of underrated. Well, I don't really know. I know what underrated means, but I don't know. He is a very loved character in the films. So the main bad guy from the first film returns, which he was planning to do a world war again. So everyone has to do industrial development for him. So he makes a machine so he can bribe the president to make him the president. And wow, it's been 15 minutes and I've just been ranting about this. So anyway, they find the base, Sveppi and Willy get thrown into a cell, and obviously they survive because this is a kids film. And Goe finds a girl who's actually she's actually the daughter of the main bad guy, which is kind of really deep lore. So anyway, they get Goe and also a guy who saved them, who was also kidnapped, which they actually saved him themselves. So then they save the day by breaking the machine, and they get awarded, and that's the end of algjör. Or is it? So yeah, this is not actually the end. There was a 12 episode miniseries based around the 12 Icelandic Santa Clauses. Yeah, we have 12 Santa Clauses here in Iceland. It's kind of cool. So yeah, in each episode they save the Santa Clauses from. I just realized that I said the Santa Clauses, which now I'm thinking of it. That's also the name of the Santa Claus TV series, which I am still waiting for season 3 for. So they save them to make them put so they can put the toys in their stockings. So then in the final episode they meet the mom of the Santa Clauses, and Sveppi and Willy and Goe, even though Goe was not actually in the series, can all take a rest. Oh, even though there's still a lot of possibilities. Like in 2015, they were gonna make an animated series with CAOC Productions in Little Big Films, which, if you don't know, Little Big Films were I think maybe the distributors of the movies. So yeah. But I'm waiting maybe for a 5th and final film, or maybe a remake of the first 4. So thank you guys for watching, comment, like, subscribe, and thank you for 60 subscribers. I really appreciate it. So now I think I have to take a rest on my voice. So bye guys.